Hello, everyone. Today, we are going to start a new session of primary level English person. That is to say, subjective person of primary level dealing with English language and English language teaching. So, before I start, let me explain about the basic importance or the significance of English language, why it has been used as a compulsory subject in the context of Nepal. नेपालको परिप्रेक्ष्यमा अंग्रेजी भाषालाई प्राथमिक तहदेखि नै अनिवार्य शिक्षाको रूपमा लागू गरिएको छ। किन लागू गरिएको छ? First of all, we have to learn about this and then after we will proceed with the other contents. So तयारी सुरु गर्दाखेरि प्राथमिक लेभल चाहिँ को परीक्षामा especially if you are trying for primary level teacher, you have to be very much careful that you have to present your answers in a pedagogical process. कक्षा कोठामा हामीले जसरी पढाउँछौं त्यही प्रोसेस हामीले आन्सरमा रिजेम्बल गराउनु पर्ने हुन्छ. Might be you might have been preparing the content from the books, from other reference materials, but how actually they need to be transformed into the answer. बुकमा तपाईले कन्टेन्ट बुझ्नुहुन्छ तर how to write answer complete लेखिएको हुँदैन. That's why it will be much more effective when you study all these portion. विशेष गरी विषयगत खण्डलाई क्वेशन आन्सर प्याटर्नमा पढ्नु भयो भने एक्जाममा कसरी लेख्ने, कसरी सुरु गर्ने र 10 मार्क्स को क्वेशनलाई कति कन्टेन्ट लेख्ने, it becomes far flexible and easier during the time of examination. That's why before I start, let me explain the significance of English language as a compulsory subject in the Nepalese academics. Let's see why English language is important. Significance of English language. Significance of English language. So before I start, let me give you a background information of English language. English language is one of the, or you can directly say it is the richest international language. It is a global medium of communication which is taught as well as learnt as foreign language in the context of Nepal. English language is also considered as lingua franca as it is a bridge communication among the people. Now, in the context of Nepal, both in learning as well as teaching, it is used as a foreign language. More than that, it has been applied or it has been assigned as a compulsory subject right from primary level in the context of Nepal. Why it has been used as a compulsory subject? First of all, the objective of English language is to produce capable manpower to develop rational and effective communication in English language, to develop capable manpower or globally capable manpower, as well as to give the strength to develop the fundamental skill of all 4 language skills at the primary level. प्राथमिक तहदेखि नै सबै विद्यार्थीहरू अथवा लर्नरको भाषिक सिप विकास गर्नका लागि इंग्लिश ल्याङ्ग्वेजलाई कम्पलसरी सब्जेक्टको रूपमा अंगीकार गरिएको छ. Besides that, English language is also used as compulsory subject to teach them or to make them able to use language contextually. Language function को proper acknowledgement अथवा practical sensibility दिनका लागि पनि primary level मा English लाई as a compulsory subject प्रयोग गरिएको छ. Besides that, English language is used as a compulsory subject at primary level because it has got objectivity. It has got objectivity to develop speaking ability as well as free writing ability of the student. विद्यार्थीले आफ्नो बारेमा लेख्न सकोस् र सामान्यतया कम्युनिकेसनमा बोल्न सकोस्. For that purpose, English language is used as a compulsory subject at primary level. त्यो मात्र नभइकन to teach them the basic and fundamental grammatical skills, to develop the basic and fundamental vocabulary skills, it has been used as a compulsory subject in the context of Nepal. But if we see the history of English language in the context of Nepal, it has been taught since the establishment of Darbar High School in 1910 BS. यसरी हेर्दाखेरि त 100 वर्ष भन्दा पनि लामो इतिहास भइसक्यो नेपालमा इङ्ग्लिस ल्याङ्ग्वेज टिचिङमा बट स्टिल ELT भन्छौँ हामीले सर्टमा इङ्ग्लिस ल्याङ्ग्वेज टिचिङ has not achieved the productive efficacy in the field of developing productive manpower as well as productive capability of the learner because there are several challenges. आज हामी पहिला what are the challenges of teaching English language at primary level? यो क्वेसनलाई सबभन्दा पहिला डिल. So that is to say, what are the different problems and challenges in teaching English language at primary level in the context of the class? सबभन्दा पहिला के गर्ने? Introduction. Look at that. सबभन्दा पहिला we need to start what? With the introduction. Introduction, you look at that. Introduction. It should be introduction भनेका तीनटा बुलेट लेख्ने 3 बुलेट्स. अब के को इन्ट्रोडक्सन हुने भयो? अब दुईटा कुरा, एउटा इङ्ग्लिस ल्याङ्ग्वेज प्लस इङ्ग्लिस ल्याङ्ग्वेज टिचिङ दुईटा कुरा आयो यसमा चाहिँ. Now pretty simple. First you got to write a short introduction about English language. English language. English language is the richest international language. Richest international language which is used as a global medium of communication. Global medium of communication. Global medium of communication. Full stop. And then after एउटा अर्को सेन्टेन्स पनि थपिदिनुस्. English language. English language. English language is the prime medium of learning as well as teaching. Prime medium of learning as well as teaching in the academics. Full stop. Next bullet. Our second मा के गर्ने? We have to follow the introduction of English language teaching. दुईटा टपिक मिक्स भएर आएको छ, English and English language teaching. यो first bullet हो. Now let's proceed with the second bullet there. Second bullet, English language teaching. English language teaching has a long history, in the context of Nepal. English language teaching has a long history in the context of Nepal. But we have not seen the productive and effective development. Due to various problems. किन क्वेसनले के सोधेको छ हेर्नुस् त, प्रब्लम्स एन्ड च्यालेन्जेसको कुरा गरेको छ नि त. क्वेसनलाई इमिडिएटली बेन्ट गराइहाल्नु पर्छ. We should not elaborate too much. धेरै elaborate गर्नु हुँदैन. Look at that. So English language teaching has a long history in the context of Nepal, but we have not seen the productive and effective development due to various problems. Immediately we got to proceed next. English language is taught as well as learned as foreign language in Nepal. नेपालको कन्टेक्स्टमा English language is taught as well as learned as foreign language. It is used as a compulsory subject right from the primary level. प्राथमिक तहदेखि नै compulsory subject को रूपमा यसलाई अवलम्बन गरिएको छ. Besides that, English language teaching has been focused much in Nepal to develop what? Skillful and productive learning at school level. School level ma kina English language lai aja badi focus गरिएको छ? Because English language teaching has been focused much in Nepal to develop skillful and productive learning at. त्यो मात्र नभइकन English language is a medium of instruction and medium of learning in our schools at present. But despite having very long history of teaching English language, we are not able to see efficient and productive development of English language teaching in Nepal due to following reasons. Kun kun karan hun? Look at that. First of all, lack of scientific management of ELT classroom. Scientific management deals with three distinct things. तीनवटा कुरालाई deal गर्छ. Physical management, psychological management, and social management. First of all, physical management deals with the classroom management of not only the sitting arrangement. यसले sitting arrangement मात्र कुरा गर्दैन. Board को placement, proper lighting, proper lightening effects inside the classroom, and then after sitting arrangement, physical management of classroom. यो मात्र नभइकन teacher को presence need to be made available to each and every student. Besides that, there is social management, inclusive education, and the principles based on inclusiveness need to be applied inside the language classroom, so that every student should feel honest and close proximity with the teacher to enhance their productive learning. उनीहरूको लर्निङ क्यापाबिलिटीलाई प्रोडक्टिभली इन्हान्स गर्नका लागि उनीहरूले सहज रूपमा कक्षा कोठामा बस्ने स्थितिको निर्माण भन्छौँ social management. Another is the psychological management. That is a creation of natural and interesting environment inside the language classroom so that active participation of the student can be raised inside the English language teaching classroom to enhance their productive initiation, to develop their psychological learning capacity inside the language classroom. तर नेपालको कन्टेक्स्टमा चाहिँ के छ भन्दाखेरि कक्षा कोठाको वैज्ञानिक व्यवस्थापन छैन. There is no proper scientific environment inside the language class. That's why that has caused to apply and implement the curriculum objectives inside the ELT classroom. त्यस कारणले पाठ्यक्रमले निर्देशन गरेका उद्देश्यहरू परिपूर्ति गर्न नसकेको अवस्था छ. Look at that. Another problem is there is a lack of authentic teaching tools. What are authentic teaching tools? First of all, authentic teaching tools means curriculum prescribed teaching tools. First thing is that all the classroom, if we compare throughout our country, अझ भन्दा primary level मा, we need to create an environment where students can learn by playing, learn by fun. Fun र playing को माध्यमबाट सिकाउनु पर्ने हुन्छ. त्यसकारणले पर्याप्त teaching tools, particularly curriculum assigned as well as no cost as well as low cost teaching materials need to be made available inside the language classroom. तर त्यो पर्याप्त मात्रामा देखिदैन. Teachers have been assigned with the teachers training. उनीहरूलाई teachers training दिएको छ. But still we have not experienced the training transfer inside the language classroom. त्यस कारणले यो क्लासरूम भित्र चाहिँ lack of authentic teaching tools को ठूलो समस्या छ. And it has caused the problematic situation to teach English language in the optimum level. त्यस्तै अर्को छ mixed ability students. What are mixed ability students then? Mixed ability students means mixed ability denotes there are two types of students particularly in our classroom. एउटा slow learner, अर्को चाहिँ quick learner. हामीले we should not call talented and weak students. त्यसो भन्दाखेरि विद्यार्थीको साइकोलोजीमा असर पर्छ. That's why we should call what? Fast learner and the slow learners. Not only that, students, they are from different background, different linguistic background, different cultural background, different religious background, different caste, creed, ethnic group. Due to that reason, the student and their learning capacity is different. So the mixed ability student is causing trouble to the teachers to apply the right and practical teaching methods inside the language classroom. Moreover, our teachers, they have been teaching with the traditional GT method. ग्रामर ट्रान्सलेसन मेथड, त्यो ग्रामर ट्रान्सलेसन मेथडबाट पढाउँदाखेरि विद्यार्थीमा इङ्ग्लिस ल्याङ्ग्वेज लर्निङ इन्भाइरोमेन्ट नै क्रिएट भएन. दे आर नट प्रोभाइडेड विथ द प्रपर इङ्ग्लिस स्पिकिङ इन्भाइरोमेन्ट एज वेल. सो यो एउटा मिक्स एबिलिटी स्टुडेन्ट एउटा ट्रबल हो. लर्नरहरू भेराइट छ, स्किलमा भेराइट छ, एबिलिटीमा भेराइट छ. Another is the large size of classroom with diversity. Diversity management has been often challenging for the Nepalese ELT teachers. Diversity भन्ने बित्तिकै linguistic diversity, cultural diversity, ethnic diversity, religious diversity. फरक community, caste, creed, ethnic group, religion र language background बाट आउँदाखेरि त्यो सबै बच्चालाई एउटै मेथड र एउटै एक्टिभिटिजबाट पढाउन टिचरलाई गाह्रो भइरहेछ. That has been a problem for the Nepalese ELT teachers. That's why you look at that. Let me give you one example. कतिपय कम्युनिटीमा इङ्ग्लिस ल्याङ्ग्वेजलाई they have been compelled to accept English as a third language. Make sure that there is no third language. तर किन थर्ड ल्याङ्ग्वेज? जस्तो भोजपुरी मैथिली कम्युनिटीमा एउटा नेपाली ब्याकग्राउन्डको टिचर इङ्ग्लिस टिचर पर्यो भने he definitely explains the fact in Nepali. तर उसलाई त नेपाली पनि आउँदैन अनि इङ्ग्लिस बुझ्नलाई पहिला नेपाली पढ्नुपर्ने. That's why it has been another problem for the students as well as for the teachers inside the ELT classroom. So diversity management has often been challenging for the ELT teachers there. र अर्को कुरा के छ भन्दाखेरि लार्ज साइज अफ क्लासरुम. एउटै कक्षा कोठामा सानो कक्षामा पनि धेरै विद्यार्थीहरू छ. Where the student need to fill the presence of teacher in each and every moment in the primary level. Students are taught with the lecture method despite having due to having of large number of students inside the ELT classroom. त्यस कारणले जब विद्यार्थी संख्या धेरै हुन्छ, teaching cannot be placed, teaching learning activities cannot be taken into the process of student centeredness. विद्यार्थी केन्द्रित विधिबाट कक्षा कोठामा टिचिङ लर्निङ एक्टिभिटिजहरू इम्पोज नै गर्न सकिँदैन. क्लासरूम डिस्कसन गराउनु पर्यो, रोल प्ले गराउनु पर्यो, and then after pair work, group work, they cannot be conducted because the classroom becomes crowded. एकदम हो हल्ला हुन्छ. So यो पनि अर्को ट्रबल हो. Another fact is the lack of ideal role model ELT teaching. One thing is obvious there. We cannot say that there are no ELT teachers. We cannot say that there is lack of trained teachers. त्यसो पनि भन्न मिल्दैन. तर साच्चीकै इङ्ग्लिस ल्याङ्ग्वेजलाई idealistic प्रिभ्यूबाट पढाउने टिचरहरूको कमी छ. Let me take a brief issue there. So there is a blaming culture. No proper English speaking environment. In the context of Nepalese ELT classroom, we do not have optimum amount of English speaking environment because English language is taught using the mother tongue. English लाई नेपालीमा पढाइन्छ. So, and besides that, even if the students ask in English language sometime, the teachers are responding in Nepali language. That has created trouble in developing English language. This currently English speaking environment नै छैन. भनेपछि विद्यार्थीले इंग्लिश बुझ्छ कसरी? Another fact is there, students also there have been adopted in Nepali language. नेपालीमा meaning भनिदियो भने बुझ्ने नत्र नबुझ्ने. So another is there, very less exposure of English language. So English language is used very less in the ELT classroom. Monolingual approach need to be adopted to teach English language. English भाषा पढाउँदा we have to adopt monolingual approach. That is to say, teaching English to English हुनुपर्ने. But we have experienced that what very less exposure, very less use. Exposure भनेको हो use हो. Use of English language is very less in the instruction as well as in the communication during the teaching learning process. So that has created trouble in developing English language, understanding English language. Another one is there is another point, this L1 interference. So what is L1 interference there? First language, L1 भनेको first language, language 1. So first language interference, that is to say, जस्तो नेपालीकै हकमा नेपाली र इङ्ग्लिस ल्याङ्ग्वेजको स्ट्रक्चरै डिफरेन्ट हुन्छ. नेपालीमा इङ्ग्लिसमा सब्जेक्ट भर्ब अब्जेक्ट, बट इङ्ग्लिसमा के हुन्छ? सब्जेक्ट अब्जेक्ट भर्ब हुन्छ. द्याट क्रिएट्स ट्रबल इन अन्डरस्ट्यान्डिङ. त्यो L1 इन्टरफेरेन्स इन इङ्ग्लिस ल्याङ्ग्वेज टिचिङमा, इङ्ग्लिस ल्याङ्ग्वेज लर्निङमा डिरेक्टली display huncha. That's why we have faced another trouble. Another is there use of traditional teaching methods like GT. GT method is one of the most popular methods among the ELT teachers even in the present context. As a pani where English language has assigned or the curriculum has assigned functional communicative approach to teach English language right from primary level. प्राथमिक तहदेखि नै बच्चाको कम्युनिकेटिभ इङ्ग्लिस एन्हान्स गर्न उनीहरूको स्पिकिङ एबिलिटी इन्हान्स गर्न to develop all four language skills integratively as well as to develop the proper communicating efficiency of the learner. Communicating method apply गर्ने तर त्यहाँ के भइरहेछ traditional teaching method like teacher centered method, GT method, where there is the excessive use of mother tongue, जहाँ mother tongue को excessive use हुने गर्छ. So without applying the student centered teaching methods, if we start teaching English language, then students cannot develop their English in a productive and effective way. किन उनीहरू पार्टिसिपेट हुन सक्दैन भन्नुको अर्थ उनीहरूको ल्याङ्ग्वेज स्किल, ल्याङ्ग्वेज फङ्सन, ल्याङ्ग्वेज रेस्पेक्ट कुनै पनि फर्म डेभलप हुँदैन. That's why we have to make sure that English must be taught through student-centered teaching methods that are also based on modern perspective, modern approaches, modern methods. तर त्यो भएन. अब अर्को के छ use of traditional teaching method and no use of games. Particularly interesting environment need to be created inside the language classroom. कक्षा कोठाभित्र interesting environment create हुनुपर्छ. Learning by fun, learning by games must be adopted. अब यसका लागि के गर्ने त? What we should do? Solutions हरु के हुन् त अब? Solutions. Look at that. First of all, proper scientific management of ELT classroom. Management of ELT classroom. Another is there availability and management. Availability and management of authentic and practical teaching tools and practical teaching tools. Authentic र practical teaching tools हरु व्यवस्थापन हुनुपर्छ. Similarly, diversity management. Diversity management कसरी हुन्छ? Just for example, linguistic diversity can be managed by the application of student centeredness, by the application of monolingual approach in teaching English language, teaching English through English. Besides that, encouraging students to use the English to English dictionary. Then after, raising active participation of the students inside the language classroom, creation of proper and enforcing and natural environment inside the language classroom, we can manage the diversity. Similarly, another fact is there, proper training and training transfer. Training र training transfer. र एउटा कुरा याद गर्ने, जब प्रब्लम सोलुसन बेस्ड क्वेसन हुन्छ, एक नम्बरको प्रब्लम एक नम्बरमै सोलुसन, दुई नम्बरको प्रब्लम दुई नम्बरमै सोलुसन राख्ने, त्यसले प्र्याक्टिकली टेक्निकली आन्सरको क्वालिटीलाई स्ट्रेन्थ गर्छ है. Besides that, creation of English speaking environment, and then another is there enhance exposure of English language, So the use of English language inside as well as outside the classroom need to be increased. कक्षा कोठा भित्र र कक्षा कोठा बाहिर इंग्लिशको प्रयोगमा बढावा दिनुपर्छ. It has to be enhanced. Besides that, a few other solutions we can mention up. Look at that. use of modern student-centered teaching methods. Use of modern student-centered teaching methods. कक्षा कोठामा विद्यार्थी केन्द्रित त्यो पनि आधुनिक विद्यार्थी केन्द्रित विधिहरू अवलम्बन गरिनुपर्छ. Another fact is there, use of varied teaching activities. Teaching activities. अब हाम्रो कक्षा कोठामा कस्तो छ भन्दाखेरि अब सर म्याम आउनुभयो, अब फर्स्टमा सर म्यामले यो वाक्य बोल्नुहुन्छ, त्यसपछि यो भन्नुहुन्छ. अब प्रोसेसै कण्ड भयो टिचर विद्यार्थीलाई टिचरको. That's why the classroom has been turned monotonous, boring भयो विद्यार्थी सुत्दिन्छ क्लासमै. Just for example, let me give you one example. आज म यो नयाँ लेसन पढाउँदैछु भनेर कक्षा कोठामा टिचरले भन्छ भने no students will display their interest and curiosity. तर भन्नुस् त, today I am going to conduct a game. आज हामी गेम खेल्छौँ. Who is interested भन्नुस् त? Everyone raises the hand. एउटा हात सर म्यामले नदेख्ने हो कि भनेर दुईटा हात उठाउँछ. कतिपय बच्चा बेन्च डेस्क माथि उभिएर हात उठाउँछ. Why? Because they display much interest in fun and games. त्यस कारणले के गर्ने? Use of games and fun. कक्षा कोठामा fun game based activitiesहरू बढी अवलम्बन गर्ने. So we can solve the problems that has been arising in the present ELT classroom. नेपालको परिप्रेक्ष्यमा, first of all, the government of Nepal as well as the school administration, including must importantly an ELT teacher, must take initiation and responsibility to solve all these problems so that we can adopt most effective teaching learning strategy inside the ELT classroom. यसरी हामीले के गर्न सक्छौं? हाम्रो कन्टेक्स्टमा नेप्लिज कन्टेक्स्टमा भएका जति पनि इंग्लिश ल्याङ्ग्वेज टिचिङ बेस्ड प्रब्लमहरू छन्, यी प्रब्लमहरूलाई हामीले के गर्न सक्छौं? We can eradicate them. Okay, next is there teaching language skills. Teaching language skills. So language skills are the one of the most significant content as well as context for teaching English language at primary level. प्राथमिक तहमा अंग्रेजी भाषा शिक्षण गर्नका लागि यिनीहरू कन्टेन्ट पनि हुन् र कन्टेक्स्ट पनि. So there are 4 language skills. Let's see there. First is a listening skill. Second is there is a speaking skill. Third one is there is a reading skill. And fourth one is there is a writing skill. There are 4 language skills. So how do we define language skills there? First 2 skills are known as what? First 2 skills are known as primary skills. They are what? Primary skills. पहिलो दुईटा स्किललाई हामीले के भन्छौं? Primary skills भन्छौं. र दोस्रो दुईटा स्किललाई के भन्छौं? They are known as what? Secondary skills. पहिलो दुईवटा primary skills, दोस्रो दुईवटा secondary skills. So why they are known as primary skills? Because in the natural development of language skill, a child develops his language creativity and language learning right from the listening skill. एउटा लर्नरले बच्चाले सबभन्दा पहिला आफ्नो भाषिक विकास कहाँबाट सुरु गर्छ? लिसनिङ स्किलबाट गर्छ. Then after he goes in speaking skill. While the speaking and listening skills are developed, then after only the child can develop the reading and writing skills. त्यस कारणले पहिलो दुईवटा प्राइमरी स्किल हुन् भने दोस्रो दुईवटा के हुन् त? सेकेन्डरी स्किल. That according to the natural development of language skills. But according to nature बाट कुरा गर्दा listening skill and reading skill. They are receptive skill भन्छौं हामीले है. They are what? Receptive skills. किन receptive skill? यिनीहरू रिसिभ हुन्छन्. लिसनिङमा पनि perception, auditory skill बाट रिसिभ हुन्छ. रिडिङमा पनि विथ द नलेज पर्सपेक्टिभ रिसिभ हुन्छ यहाँ म्यासेज के हुन्छ रिसिभ हुन्छ त्यही भएर के भयो रिसेप्टिभ स्किल्स भयो फर्स्ट सेकेन्ड इज देयर स्पिकिङ एन्ड राइटिङ स्किल स्पिकिङ स्किल एन्ड राइटिङ स्किल स्पिकिङ स्किल एन्ड राइटिङ स्किल दे आर वाट प्रोडक्टिभ स्किल यिनीहरूलाई हामीले के भन्छौँ प्रोडक्टिभ स्किल्स भन्छौँ यिनीहरूलाई हामीले के भन्छौँ प्रोडक्टिभ स्किल्स वाइ we produce the message and information in this too. So there are 4 types of language skills. First 2 are primary skills, second 2 are secondary skill. But by nature, listening or reading the receptive skill हुन् भने speaking and writing चाहिँ के हुन्छ they are productive skills.